First with breaking news. First with new information. Plus, your first alert forecast. 19 News starts now.
Akron police officer out of a job after the shooting death of 15-year-old Jasmine Tucker. I'm Brian Duffy. Thanks for joining us first at 4 on 19 News Plus.
And I'm Nicole Versansky. So the mayor also announced a nearly $5 million settlement with Tucker's family. Catherine Huntley live in Akron with the story, and then reaction too from the police union, who's not happy.
You're certainly right. The police union says they're disgusted. And despite a grand jury declining to indict, Akron's mayor is now holding Officer Devon Fields accountable. Mayor Shamus Malik fired Fields today, and the city settled a lawsuit with Jasmine Tucker's family for $4.75 million. This all stems from the Thanksgiving night 2024 shooting that killed 15-year-old Jasmine Tucker. This is body camera video showing the aftermath of the deadly 2024 shooting of Jasmine Tucker. Police were investigating a call of shots fired. Seconds after Officer Devon Fields and his partner pull up, Fields opened fire, killing the 15-year-old. Fields said he thought Tucker was reaching for a gun. Now, nearly 2 years later, Akron Mayor Shamus Malik fired Fields. He said the former officer violated the department's body camera policy and failed to provide medical aid to Tucker for nearly 8 minutes after the shooting. Malik released a lengthy statement citing his reasoning. It says in part, "This process has taken longer than anyone would like, but I believe difficult decisions need to be faced head on, and that I owe this community my best judgment. I believe the evidence gathered supports my early concerns about Officer Fields' behavior and warrants his termination." The attorney for Jasmine Tucker's mother and his estate says his firing gives the family some solace.
There's some justice for this family that this officer won't be out there in the field, and that he, at least in Akron, won't be able to do this to some other person, some other child.
Brian Lucy, the president of the Akron Police Union, is disgusted. He says Officer Fields is being made into a political scapegoat. He says in part, "It is important for our membership to understand that neither the chief of police nor the director of labor relations signed off on the termination paperwork. The decision was made by Mayor Malik and Director of Public Safety Craig Morgan. Akron FOP Lodge 7 will fight this unjust termination. We will pursue every avenue available to us to defend our member." A probate judge must now approve a $4.75 million settlement for Tucker's family. However, attorney Stanley Jackson says no amount of money can bring the 15-year-old back.
The money will never be satisfactory to the family. It will never help them with their healing. The money is really about accountability to the city, to force the city to make reform and change so that there isn't another Jasmine.
Now, the union told me today that they believe this firing was planned ahead of Officer Fields' termination paperwork hearing today. The union president said the city released the news almost immediately after that meeting ended. The union also says they're planning to file a grievance on the firing and take this all the way to arbitration. Meanwhile, the attorney for the family of Jasmine Tucker says they hope the police department uses this as a chance to push for real police reform. In Akron, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.
This is a 19 First Alert breaking traffic alert.
All right, we got a couple breaking traffic alerts to talk to you about. We still have a crash on the inner belt. If you joined us at 3 o'clock, I brought this to you at the top of the hour. This has been going on for over an hour now. 2 left lanes blocked. Downtown Cleveland, I-90. This is eastbound, the inner belt, and that is causing at least a 10-minute delay, up to a 10-minute delay, I should say, as traffic is backed up to the interchange. If you're coming by way of the Jennings, that's going to be backed up. That's usually backed up this time of day, but this is causing a slowdown because of the left lane, 2 left lanes being blocked. You see the situation here. Again, this has been going on for over an hour now, so traffic is backed up. You see the inner belt here. Of course, a reminder that exit ramp to East 9th Street Street is closed downtown. Now I want to take you down to Stark County. This is for our viewers in Stark County, or if you are traveling down that way. 77 southbound at Tuscarora Street West. 2 left lanes blocked there as well due to a crash, and that is causing a backup for a few miles. Slow traffic back to 38th Street Northwest. That's up to a 15-minute delay there. You see the situation. You see these 2 left lanes blocked there at Tuscarora Street West in the Canton area. So a couple things slowing you down on your Friday afternoon. Again, this one is on 77 southbound in Canton. I'll update you again coming up in just a bit.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
Right, we are eventually trending a little quieter as we head into tonight. Not to say that we can't have a few evening showers around, but really the next big thing that we want to first alert you to is just some rain and storms that are going to be around the area as we step into the weekend. I do have to stress, though, this is not looking to be a complete washout either Saturday or Sunday, but just be mindful of these weekend rain and storm chances. Once we get beyond this weekend system, we are actually going to trend a little bit cooler as we step into the early part of this next week. Live look from our new Philadelphia camera. You can certainly see a lot of those heavier clouds continuing to blanket the region. We had some showers here about an hour ago or so, and that's just all kind of loosely tied with some of those more organized showers that are just to the southwest of our area. We've also had a boundary that pushed in off the lake. It's given us a few spotty showers, but really this is what's going to have our attention. Activity well west of here. I feel like we're repeating this day after day, but that's what we're going to watch once you step into your weekend rain and storm chances. New details on that coming up in just a bit.
Well, Luigi Mangione pleaded guilty to stalking charges in federal court in Manhattan today. Mangione faces federal and state charges in connection with killing United CEO Brian Thompson. Lee Waldman is in New York with what happened today in federal court.
Lasting less than 40 minutes, Luigi Mangione appeared in federal court in Manhattan Friday, pleading guilty to federal stalking charges. Mangione is charged with gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson nearly 2 years ago. Mangione telling the U.S. District Judge, "I shot Mr. Thompson and he died. I knew what I was doing was illegal."
As Luigi explained in court today, he endured years of severe, debilitating pain following a broken back while struggling to navigate our healthcare and health insurance systems.
In a separate case at the state level, 28-year-old Mangione faces second-degree murder and weapons charges in connection to the shooting death of Thompson, in which he has pleaded not guilty.
New York law does not permit a person to be prosecuted and punished twice for the exact same crime.
Mangione's defense team immediately filed a motion to dismiss some of the state case on grounds it violates New York's strict double jeopardy laws.
This was a strategic move by his defense team to, again, prevent him from being tried in state court. It's not automatic that the state case will be dismissed.
Following the federal court hearing, the Thompson family releasing a statement saying in part, "Today's guilty plea marks an important step towards justice for Brian and for our family. While nothing will ease the pain of losing him, we are grateful that the federal justice system has held the person responsible for this heinous act accountable."
The result achieved today now allows our office to seek the maximum penalty allowed, life imprisonment.
In Lower Manhattan, I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
Mangione did not receive any concessions in exchange for his guilty plea. That's according to prosecutors. Sentencing for the federal charges scheduled for December 18th. The trial for New York State, that case is expected at least to begin September 8th.
The man accused of murdering 2 young women and leaving their bodies in a burning building, pleading not guilty in court today. Bond was set high, too, $3 million, hoping to keep Darrell Washington behind bars. This is not him. This is another person charged with arson in the case. This is Washington. He is one of 3 suspects in the death of Katina Spells and Courtney Yeager. 2 others are accused of arson, and one of them, Melissa Terrell, has not yet been caught. So if you know where she is, call Canton Police.
With Ohio Congressman Max Miller facing even more allegations and lawsuits, voters today took to the street today to protest.
A small group was out in Parma making their opinions about Miller known. Dan DeRose anchored our digital coverage. He has their message.
Let's be very clear. Ohio Congressman Max Miller has not been charged with any crime. He has been investigated. There are some very serious allegations, including a picture that he allegedly put out there, an inappropriate picture of his young daughter. We'll wait to see how that plays out. So talk about District 7. You may not even know if you vote for Congressman Max Miller. Here's downtown Cleveland. That does not include it in District 7. Here's Cuyahoga Falls, Akron, not included. And here's Canton. We're talking about Parma, Solon, Westlake, North Olmsted, Brunswick, all the way down to Medina and all the way down to Worcester. That makes up District 7. Take a look at some of the protesters, maybe 20, 30 protesters out there, again, against the allegations against Max Miller. They're hoping that when it comes time for the November ballot, that this is going to be too much for him to escape his opponent, Brian Poindexter. We did hear out at the rally today from Sydney Dempsey. She's the chair of the Cuyahoga Democratic Women's Caucus, who says voters need to be aware of what's going on.
Even though there were multiple calls from some of his colleagues, from his former father-in-law, who finally spoke up to step down, he decided to stay in. And at that point, we figured we've got to get out here and say that character matters, that if abuse is not acceptable in someone's house, in a community, or in Congress. And we want the voters of District 7 to say, this guy cannot be sent to Congress to represent us. He's horrible.
Again, that's alleged abuse in the home of Max Miller and his ex-wife, who is, of course, the daughter of Republican Senator Bernie Moreno. Now, we did reach out. We are very fair here at Channel 19. We want to hear from Congressman Max Miller. We have asked for multiple days in a row for a Zoom interview. I'll talk to him. I'll do the interview. We want to know what's going on and why he thinks these allegations won't stop him from winning re-election in November. We have not heard back.
This is a 19 First Alert breaking traffic alert.
This is your first alert to two pretty big crashes across Northeast Ohio. The first one is on the Inner Belt, I-90 eastbound. As you're headed downtown, maybe you're headed to the Guardians game, you're going to have to plan some extra time. We still have two left lanes blocked. This has been going on for well over an hour right now, and that's causing a backup. Average speed there 9 miles per hour, up to a 10-minute delay. Back to the interchange with 71. If you're coming by way of the Jennings Freeway, that's going to be backing you up. That backs up this time of day anyway with the rush hour, and we still have this situation ongoing. There it is, two left lanes blocked. Of course, this is the Inner Belt, and of course you still notice that East 9th Street ramp is going to be closed here for a little several more weeks. Now I want to take you down to Stark County, the Canton area, 77 southbound. We have a crash that is also blocking two left lanes at Tuscarora Street West, and that's been causing a backup now, almost 25 minutes of delay back to Everhard Road Southwest. The situation here shows that fire truck blocking the two left lanes there, 77 southbound in Canton. So two big crashes. Make sure you're planning extra time if you are headed into these areas, and I'll have another update coming up in just a bit.
Okay, Andy, thank you. Boy, it's tough out there on a Friday afternoon, right? This is tough too. Catastrophic flash flooding, severe river crests continue to impact parts of the Midwest after a week of just relentless rain and storms.
And forecasters say more thunderstorms are possible through the weekend for parts of the Ohio Valley and Indiana that clearly are already underwater. Ian Lee reports from hard-hit Anderson, Indiana.
Residents in flood-ravaged central Indiana are beginning to take stock of their losses in between rounds of unrelenting rain.
We got a farm just on the opposite side of town, and our semis are completely underwater, and we can't find a horse.
Floodwaters inundated neighborhoods across southeast Indiana Thursday as local rivers breached their banks.
I rode down and cried.
70-year-old Charlie Simmons says his home in Anderson was completely destroyed after the White River topped 24 feet, shattering a record set over a century ago.
Got all kinds of money in this place, man, and it's gone, just like in 2 days.
36-year-old Timothy Hicks, a father of 6, returned to his flooded home in Cambridge City to salvage what he could.
We just bought it 2 years ago, but I don't know, it just crushed me. My kids' house is gone.
The multi-day storm system brought historic rainfall to parts of Indiana, prompting the governor to declare a statewide disaster emergency.
These don't come along often, but when they do, it's a time for local governments to shine and our state government get everything back to normal.
First responders have rescued dozens of people, some trapped in cars.
We're working the water rescues, we're working the flooded roads. The public has to make smart decisions and just turn around.
Food pantries in places like Highland have been providing a lifeline to people in need, handing out hot meals to residents still without power.
It's just been nonstop people, and that just tells us we're here for the right reason, that people really do need help.
It could be days before people get their power back, and the flooding could get worse for folks in this area. We are told the river will continue to spill over its banks until Sunday. Ian Lee, CBS News, Anderson, Indiana.
And at least 3 storm-related deaths have been recorded in Indiana, including a 4-year-old boy who was killed when a tree fell on his home. Now to a 19 traffic alert, this time in Lorain County. ODOT says the State Route 18 and State Route 511 intersection, it's been closed since June 4th. Well, it's going to stay closed even longer. This is in Brighton Township. The delay is because of some underground drainage issues, concrete issues, and then the weather. The intersection now expected to open on September 11th. Now to your top 4 at 4. Akron city leaders say a tentative $4.7 million settlement has been reached with the family of a teen killed by police. 2 years ago, Akron police shot and killed 15-year-old Jasmine Tucker. Officer David Fields was also fired after the mayor says an investigation found he waited nearly 8 minutes to provide medical help. He was, however, cleared of any wrongdoing, and the police union is planning to fight his termination. The settlement still needs the approval of a judge.
A confession from the man accused of killing the former United Healthcare CEO. Inside a Manhattan courtroom, Luigi Mangione admitted to shooting and killing Brian Thompson, saying, quote, "I shot him and he died." He'll be sentenced in December. The 28-year-old still may be facing state charges. There's an argument going on about that for ambushing Thompson outside a New York City hotel in 2024.
The Wayne County Sheriff K-9 shot during the deadly Rittman shooting in July is retiring. You remember this video. This is the day, the moment K-9 Vic was sent home from the emergency vet, surviving that shooting. He was shot. A bullet fragment actually got stuck near his spine. This was the same shooting that killed Rittman Police Sergeant Scott Reese and a mother and her 13-year-old daughter, Christine and McKinley McWilliams.
An accused drunk driver who police say crashed through a local bar is facing attempted murder charges. You can see all the damage. This is C-Bars, Euclid Tavern. It's right there on East 185th Street between Cleveland and Euclid there, right on the border. Police say Jordan Hebert did this on purpose, smashing right into the front of the building through the bar and crashing into the back wall of the bar. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Back to school season is upon us, and Esperanza is here to help your family get ready for school.
So the nonprofit holds an annual back to school celebration, bringing together students and families from across Northeast Ohio. Esperanza translates to hope. It has been improving educational opportunities for our community since the 1980s. Look at all those book bags. Wow. Since the 1980s, for 16 years, I should say, the back to school celebration has brought the community together to help students prepare and succeed for the new school year.
Join us this Saturday for Esperanza's back to school celebration at Max Hayes High School. Families, children are welcome. We're giving away backpacks. We're celebrating the community. We'll have vendor tables available. Come enjoy the fun. It's going to be a great event.
Sounds like it. As you just heard, the event tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Max Hayes High School in Cleveland.